Have you ever taken a vacation to the beach? Ever enjoyed the rolling waves and the sea green water? People everywhere rely on the ocean for amusement or even their livelihoods. But underneath this picturesque scene, our natural world is dying. Right now, there are over 5 trillion pieces of plastic in Earth's oceans. Single-use plastic, which is used once and then disposed of, makes up 89% of ocean litter. There are even massive islands of floating trash in the ocean, the largest one being the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is the size of Texas. This huge amount of plastic litter causes 100,000 marine mammals to be suffocated or strangled every year. There's also a debate over the possible health effects of certain chemicals found in plastics.
And so they can actually build up in organisms in their guts and their GI systems. And so the plastics themselves can cause problems because the plastics are usually made from petrochemicals.
But while there may be disagreement in the scientific and business community about the wisdom of a ban on these substances, one thing is very clear. There is widespread and serious concern about the safety of these products.
So why do these problems exist? One reason is America's excessive throwaway culture. Part of our culture as Americans is consumerism, which means that we constantly buy products that we don't need. According to the EPA, Americans generated about 258 million tons of waste in 2014, but only a third of this was composted or recycled.
We are just such a society of consumption, especially in the United States, and we're always on the go, and our fast-moving lifestyle just contributes to all these single-use plastics. So people are constantly just, using things once and disposing of them.
This consumerist lifestyle tends to value money and efficiency over possible consequences. Businesses, in order to appeal to customers who want quick and easy products and to save money on packaging, often choose to use plastic over a more environmentally friendly alternative. However, another part of American identity is innovation, finding new methods to combat problems.
The good news is that there are a lot of options available to single-use plastic.
Individual consumers have a responsibility to alleviate this issue, but household waste only accounts for 3% of waste produced in the US. In order to tackle the other 97%, we need major reform. There are already things being done about this on a local level here in Montgomery County, Maryland.
Friends of Sligo Creek is the local organization. It's your watershed organization that takes care of the Sligo Creek area, which is most of Silver Spring and Tacoma Park. When we do trash cleanups there, the number one thing we find is plastic, and it's single-use plastics that we're finding. Things like straws, forks, spoons, balloons.
But what will make a bigger difference? The efforts of individual people and communities, or large corporations and the government?
At the moment, most of this activity is occurring very much at a community-based or grassroots level, and that's okay in the beginning. But for it to be ultimately successful, it's going to need the guiding hand of government policy.
This issue about protecting this environment is a government role. It isn't only a government role, but there is a government role.
Several states and cities have taken measures to introduce legislation that limits the production of wasteful single-use plastics already.
We are proof that you can have a strong and growing economy while advancing ambitious environmental policies.
Corporations also have a large role to play in this. They can pledge to use more sustainable packaging and recycled content in their products. On a smaller scale, many people view an eco-friendly life as too expensive. Renewable items and non-plastic options cost more money up front, but can save money in the long run.
Whenever I talk to someone about living a green lifestyle, oftentimes people think it costs more money, and it doesn't have to cost more money.
Saving the environment from single-use plastic will require extreme lifestyle changes for our country and the world. And unfortunately, politicians and corporations who will be the deciding factors in whether our oceans and ecosystems survive are worried about the money and effort it would take, rather than making sustainable choices that will benefit our future. Plastic pollution is no longer an issue we can ignore. If nothing is done, plastics in the ocean will outweigh fish by 2050. While consumerism and wastefulness is a large part of American culture, so is innovation and solving problems. There are people who are making an effort to combat this problem, such as the Ocean Cleanup Campaign, which is working to clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and the many localities that have banned plastic bags. We are, as a society, already taking steps away from single-use plastic by using recycled materials. As far back as the 1930s, Americans have taken the initiative in protecting our Earth. From Roosevelt's creation of national parks to environmental protests in the 1970s, activism is a part of our history. Now is the most important time to focus on this issue. We, as a consumerist society, have created this problem, but we, as Americans, can use our innovation and problem solving to fix it before it's too late.